I'm not about to be dealing with somebody that's gonna put themselves in that position to.
And that's the biggest part.
Yeah.
Remove yourself from the position because I won't be in that same position.
Yeah.
That's important.
You just gotta. Would you be cool with me having a lot of lady friends?
And once you say that, the conversation's
it changes.
finito. Yeah.
Oh, whatever. But that's definitely a red flag. I mean, for sure.
For sure.
What you doing for the love?
Welcome back to the Loft Podcast. Welcome back to the Loft Podcast. Today, we have a relentless, intelligent, creative human being in the room right now. We got the one and only Oxburg. How you doing, King?
What's good, bro? Finally here, Rich, man. It's a blessing, man.
Yes, sir. I'm happy that you're here, man. Like we just talked about before we even started, we had a few setbacks, and I told you why. I told you why.
All respect,
yeah,
man.
respectfully.
Respect.
But I'm happy that we still locked in. Shout out to Joe for making the call, for like getting it more tuned in. But I'm happy that you're here, brother.
Yes, sir, man. I'm thankful, man.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to come on the podcast,
That's love.
man. Word up.
That's love. I want to start from the beginning.
Okay.
I want to start from, I'm not sure if you had to tell the story before, but I get pretty in tune, in detail about what got you started to get inside the studio. What story did you want to tell?
I come from a musically inclined family.
Mm-hmm.
My godmother was a singer in upstate New York, Syracuse, New York. For those who are not familiar with it, I'm from Syracuse, New York. We got the Sammy Awards. She won one back in the days. I sung in the choir. You know, we all sung in the choir growing up in my family. Too. So I sung in the choir. I always just had a thing for music. As I was going through puberty, I lost my voice. I couldn't sing. So I just became a rapper. But, you know, I'm dope on the auto-tune, though.
Yeah,
I'm Luther Vandross in the shower.
Talk about it.
But, so I just started off, you know, making music in middle school. I ran into a guy named Andy Mineo, who became one of my closest friends. We started out in a rap group. We recorded in his basement, and here I am today.
Yeah.
You know, I met guys like Stove.
Yeah.
And we all grinded from like this bucket at Syracuse, and we trying to make it out. Andy and Stove being the first two to set the tone for the town. Definitely Stove bringing it back to Syracuse for sure. And bro tapped in with me.
Yeah.
Made sure I was still on my pivot.
That's love. Yeah. Shout out Stove. Did you have a moment when you were starting that you were like, nah, this is for me, like this rapping thing is truly for me because I'm nice? Or like, how did you know to keep going?
I think after I dropped my first mixtape, now I go back and listen to my first mixtape.
I ain't gonna lie, 2017, you and me, tough.
Appreciate that. It was like, like I said, the first mixtape I dropped, I got to hear myself once people got to hear me.
Yeah.
And hearing the feedback, like, yo, this joint fire, that. And I'm like, you know, I always been a person that had room to do better. Like, you know, I ain't always think I was dope as fuck. Like, I was just like, I could do better on this or that. But the hearing people feedback and saying, yo, I like you on this, and just kept me going.
Yeah.
So it gave me that fuel to just get in there and just like, yo, go do another one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I always been a fan of like criticism. I always used to teach my crew like, yo, bro, it's all, you know, you would know if it's criticism and hate. If you're a person that can take
personal.
Right.
Yeah.
If for a person that know how to take criticism, you know what's real rap to somebody just hating. But it's like hearing my first project come out kept me going. When I really knew I could do it was like I took the town over. Like, yo, damn, they really fucking with me. Cause I coming from Syracuse, it was just like, yo, niggas don't. If you wasn't and if you wasn't the Senate at the time, and Thump Mendoza, rest in peace of Thump Mendoza, he was like a pioneer in Syracuse. He paved the way for artists. Yeah. So it was like, and Andy went to college, and I just started to do my own label. At the time it was A-Train, which was Stove God.
Yeah.
A guy named G's, Os, Skip and my boy Freach and my sister Dee, she was like one of the singers in the group too. It was like we just had the recipe for like talent.
That's fine.
We took over the town, booked all the shows, like, you know, and we come from a small town where it's like they're just jealous, but we just outwork.
How do you feel about that small town energy? I feel like it brings that dog out of you though, only because it's hard to get support inside small towns because everybody wants to be the one to make it out. That's
exactly how you just said it. It was just, to me, it was like, let's outwork them. Because, you know, my mom's always taught me, like, if you punch a person in their face, they'll leave you alone. So in me, I took that mentality of, like, just outwork them. We already dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just looking back at it now, like, just from what we was doing back then is like, man, we been doing shit niggas doing now.
Yeah.
But
we've been doing that.
To be gone out of the city and see what they doing now is like, yo, we really was like a stake of, we set the tone for what, because at the time they wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
But once we start dropping visuals, we in and out of Miami, we doing shit. We know we started to motivate people because everybody start picking up a camera and certain niggas that used to say slick shit about the music or hating or doing shit, they doing it. So it's like, to now they in your DMs or, yo, man, I like what you doing. They got a whole totally different approach now. So it's like, yo, man, I like what you doing, man. Yo, can you give me some insight on it? That's when I knew, yeah, we got this shit.
That's love. You did, to talk particularly about your music, I feel like you went more melodic nowadays. Like in the past, you were straight bar spitting.
Yeah, it was, you know what it was? It's like, coming from an era of bar spitters, I still had it at heart of singing. Like, I love R&B.
Tight,
I always, it's, you know what I mean? So it's like, Stove was a motherfucker that perfected shit early, from melodic to bars to where it was like, yo, it'd be times we get in the studio and niggas would be like, yo, you gotta go after this nigga? But it was like, I was a nigga that I knew I was dope too.
Tight
so it was
stuff,
like, me and him was just like iron sharpen iron. So it was like
friendly competition.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, I just like, I always had a thing for R&B. So it's like, and then it's like, I started working on my keys. Auto-tune, if auto-tune could catch this shit, it's gonna be fire.
It's gonna be a hit.
So it's like, I feel like as I grew older, I got in touch with more of my man side. I wanted to do the women, the songs for the ladies.
Yeah.
Not even, I don't know, like I said, I thought I was Trey Songz or some shit. So I just wanted to sing, but I could rap too.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like I'm more of a fan of artists such as Drake's and the Lanes and, you know.
More of the artistry you're a fan of. Yeah.
But the bars is there.
No, they are. That's why I was surprised when I was doing like my due diligence on you. I was looking back and like I said, you and me, you was spitting bars. There was a lot of tracks that you just you spitting. Like you're saying a lot of heavy bars. But then I came to the more recent music. I feel like now you're attacking the more fuller songs.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I want to know like what made you like step into that world truly.
Let me see. I think honestly a lot of like it'd be more time periods, like things I go through in my life.
Fair.
Like I like to base a lot of my music off of the shit that I'm going through. So a lot of my shit be a lot of shit that I'm dropping jewels on things that I've been through, and a lot of shit just be probably more women shit.
The real stuff. Like, that's real stuff.
Real stuff. So it's like, like this past project, like I got a lot. Like I yearn for like criticism because I want to be the better me.
Yeah.
So it's like when people tell me certain stuff, like people that I know really got my best interest and they fans of my music. Like I got my cousin Tawan, we'll sit in the garage and I'll be on the grill and he'll be like, yo, cuz. I'll play a record for him and I'll be like, he be like, see, now this the shit I need to hear. Cause he like that R&B smooth shit. So I'm like, you know, this Revenge of the Lit shit, like I ain't dropped a project since 2018, but it's like, if this it, let's jump in that lane. So I try to put more smooth shit together on that project because you gotta understand, I got fans that don't want to hear the bars. They like the melodic shit. And then I got fans that, man, spit that shit.
Respectfully.
Like, yo, I want to hear you talking that shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like that. It'd be more of like a pull here, pull there.
Yeah.
It depends on what I'm going through at that time.
Yeah, I like that you can do that. Like you can put your like situations, your experiences into music. Not many people can do that. So I respect that heavy.
Yeah, because I look at it like this. Like, you never know. Fans are people that they want to hear something that they're going through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you never know. Like, I got a joint called Love We Share on the project. Love We Share 2. Love We Share 1 was probably one of my biggest records. When I went to Atlantic 2018, that was the first record homie played back like 3-4 times. Like, yo, this is tough.
Yeah.
But at the time that when I wrote that record, I was kind of like, what's the word when you like not embarrassed, but it's like I don't know if I should let them know this side of me.
I hear that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, really, that's what they want to hear. They want to hear that people relate to stuff like
craziest. That. I was also talking about like a few artist friends that I know. They always come, not always, but we had a deep talk once, and my boy Juan was like, yo, bro, like Juan Boulevard, he's a rapper out in LA. He was like, yo, bro, I feel like I should talk about these certain things, but I don't know if I should let them into my world like that.
Nah, you got to.
And the songs that he actually let the people into the world, like you just said, that's the song that blows up. But then I also have this question to you, because you just said it yourself, and this is funny how it works out, but the song that blows up is probably your biggest insecurity, because it's just something that you went through. How do you feel about people singing it? Like,
it's weird. It is kind of weird, because it's like, when I wrote the record, it's more like I stepped away from that. I let myself be free, write the music. And when I recorded it, I probably had nobody in the studio but me and the engineer. So when it came out, I'm like, my intuition, like, yo, this shit tough, bro. Yeah. It's like, damn, do I want them to hear this side of me? Like, I got a joint on there. I got a joint on Revenge of the Lit called Stay With Me. And when I wrote the record, it took me to a part where it was like I was fucked up. Yeah. I ain't really had my money wasn't right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it was based on the time I just moved down here, going through situations, going through money issues, but I'm surviving. But at the same time, it was like, only thing I could turn to was the pen and pad. Like, let me put this on paper. And my producer, shout out to Theme Music, aka Spacey. He in Atlanta, but he from Syracuse, but he sent me this beat, and it was like, it had a dope, I think it's a Brandy sample or so. I don't know, but that sample just like, the beat so hard, I'm like, I cannot record something on this. Tough, yeah. But I had writer's block. I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna write about? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, maybe I can just talk about this shit. Like, real maybe stuff, niggas will fuck with it. But so when I did, I put it out, I'm like, man, something telling me I gotta put it on the project. Everybody like, yo, that shit is tough, but I'm like, I don't really like it. Man, that nigga Joe called me as soon as the project came out, like, yo, Ox, man, this is my favorite shit, bro.
And Joe gonna tell you.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, you like this one? Because Joe on the project too.
Yeah.
For y'all, yo, shout out my bro Joe Marte.
Shout out Joe Marte, big bro for me.
Yeah, facts. He done put a lot of shit together, man. But bro hit me like, this shit is it. And he on the project too. He on Stepped On. He on a joint Stepped On. That's another fan favorite, Stepped On. But he like, yo, bro, him and Mike, I don't know if you know Mike Jordan.
Mike Jordan.
Yeah, my dog Mike hit me too, like, yo, Ox, he big on boom bap, so he shocked me with it too, like, yo, this one tough, bro. I like this one.
That's fine.
But
yeah, another favorite of mine on Revenge of the Lit is Solid As They Come.
Okay. Appreciate you, bro.
What I gotta get into the tune for the what mindset, what situation created that song?
Like I'm big on love, loyalty, honor. I come from that. Like, my family, like, niggas I be around, stand up people. So it's just like, before I left the town, I was going through shit with a couple niggas I thought was my friends. And when you shining and you in position, it's hard for you to see the people that's really not for you. That's real. And there's like niggas that be around just to use you and just want to be under your light. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Use you for who you is, and you know what I mean? Like, soak up your energy. So it's like, getting away from that, moving to Florida, I realized who was really for me and who wasn't. Yeah. Because a lot of niggas that I thought was for me disappeared. Yeah. In times that I would have appreciated them being there. You know what I mean? And, only ones I could see on my corner was really family day ones, like, you know, and it's just like that song was motivated off of the times I was going through, you know. So Solid, you know, was just like me pouring it all out. Like, I always been stand up, I always been genuine, I always been a solid friend, I always put the team first before myself. And there was times like I shouldn't have. I should have been put myself first.
Yeah.
And, you know, thankfully, you know, Stove came back into my life as a friend, as a brother, and reminded me that, like, yo, this is why I always used to tell you, bro, cut them niggas off. That's why I'm like, Stove one of them niggas, yo. Like, if you get close to him, like, nigga, it's a blessing. You don't really fuck with niggas like that.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? Him or Bags. And they always used to remind me, and still to this day, yo, don't stop fucking with these niggas.
Yeah.
Cut them off. And Solid was just one of them anthems I needed to put out, like, cause that remind people that no longer near me or around me know that. I know I was solid. Y'all got a good version of me, and y'all messed that up.
That was the realest thing I heard all day. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's some real facts, cause I think for me, I had to learn the hard way. I do have some friends, just like you said, Stove was for you, that like check me and say, yo, bro, you giving too much to some people.
Right.
And I think I'm just a good dude, you know what I'm saying? And I think if I sometimes I believe, I believed, y'all don't do too much now, but I believe that since I give out so much love, I'm gonna get it right back. But some people just
that
like
same thing, and it's not like I don't know if you ever seen like that, like when the lady had 2 cups of water, and it's like you keep pouring water into 1 cup, pretty soon your shit gonna be gone.
Empty, facts.
And it's like, yo, like I'm big on one hand washing the other, and it's like sometimes you giving that energy to people that don't see that. And another one of my day one, shout out to my day one Kill Switch, man. He was more the people that I got around me that's always been down. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He got a good heart, he loyal, but you know, he in and out of jail, but he's like the protector. He the person that's around watching all the bad. Yeah. And it's like he always remind me, yo, Ox, you gotta start seeing the bad in these people, man, first. Stop seeing the good, because
that's real.
And it's like, I didn't understand that.
How do you see the bad? Like, until you have to see the bad.
Right, because people coming to you more always on some cool shit. Like, yo, what up, bro? Like, and I'm more of that's how I am. What up, bro? We good. Like, but good. Some people they blessed with a vision where they can see through it. Like, man, that nigga ain't right. Like, he just around for certain reasons. He not around for the right reasons. And he always emphasize that to me, like, yo, start seeing the bad in these niggas. And it's like, when I moved to Florida, I started seeing a lot of shit. Cause when you don't got motion and you ain't doing nothing, like, it's people that they jump ship. They just like vultures. Like, they jumping on every ship to stay relevant. And it's like, when people don't see you doing something, they think, yo, he dead, he ain't doing nothing, that nigga's done, his show's over. But whole time they gonna resetting. I'm focused, I'm locked in. And it's like, once you get back in the light, you start seeing nigga get closer and closer back to what you been at. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. So to bring it back to the music, how do you compare the music scene to Syracuse to Orlando?
It's definitely a bigger market, for sure. Orlando's like a melting pot. It's like you got a little bit of everybody in Orlando.
That's a fact.
People that's actually from Florida to people that move from New York or up top or other places. But the music scene is similar too. Like, when I say similar, you got your circle, not circle, but you got your people that's in the clout limelight where everybody know them. Yeah. Maybe because they put in their time, they grinded, they from there. And you got your people that's trying to get into the scene. And one thing I learned about Orlando is, like, I learned the business early, so I understand it. It's nothing personal, it's business.
Straight up.
And I always took the time out, besides of being good. Like, with music is like, if you dope, you dope. Yeah. Once you master your craft, that's the hard. They think it's the hard part. It's actually the easy part. The hardest part is knowing the business. So once you know the business, what come with the business is the trends, the clout. You got to put on that face card and get out here in the scene and meet people. One thing I always been good with, and even in my hometown, is getting to the scene, the clubs, the parties, the shows, the politicking. So if you know how to do that, man, it's like any other market. You just put put yourself in the scene. It's like put yourself in the spot a little bit. Like if you trapping, sit in the spot enough, get some good work, you know how to hustle, you'll make it out.
That's a fact.
And Orlando is like, it's like that. It's like everybody's somebody. Everybody's doing something. So they're not gonna take you serious until you start showing.
That's a whole fact.
That's one thing I noticed about you when Joe put me on to you. I'm like, he's gonna be dope.
That's love.
Like you give it, like you saying, yo, I only been out here like a year. And I'm like, bro, that podcast, whatever he's doing, like just his energy, his presentation, like you gonna be ahead of the game because like you take like your craft of doing this, it's like you took time in it. You could tell.
That's love for sure. That's love. That's
so
love.
It's like Orlando to Syracuse is some similarities and differences to me. You know what I mean? Just a small town mentality, but even with Orlando, you meet people from Orlando, they got the same mentality
and
as
it's
people
weird.
back home.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a real good point that you brought up. Because a lot of people come down here and visit the kid, you know what I'm saying? They see it, they're like, yo, there's so much to do in Orlando. I'm like, that is a whole fact.
That's a fact, it is.
But there are some folks that have small town mentality, and I'm just kind of like, how? How you still got that mentality of like...
Probably because they stayed here. And they only see Orlando. They might travel, but they got that town mentality of where they at. It's only about this.
This is the biggest thing in the world here.
When it's not.
It's not.
And when you traveling and you hitting these other markets and meeting these other people, you have a different perspective.
Respectfully.
Because it changed for me when I moved from Syracuse. But before that, I traveled. I always moved around. We was in and out of Miami. I was going to the South by Southwest every year in Austin. So you'll meet people. You meet in different cultures. You running into different people. Like you understand it ain't. It's bigger than Syracuse out here, brother.
It really is, bro. That's for sure, though. How do you feel about doing shows? I feel like that's your thing.
I love performing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I used to sing in the choir when I was young, so it's just like once I got over the fright of performing in front of people, it just became like fun for me. Like I get tunnel vision, especially to be able to perform your music in front of people that don't know you. And this is I'm gonna give you an example. Like
talk to me.
Since last August, Stove and Bags put an opportunity together. Shout out to my bro Bags. Like, yo, Stove about to get back on the road. Everything about to pick up. Cause once one promoter know he performing, the show's gonna fill up. So he like, we want to take you on the road. So I'm like, all right. Now, mind you, me and Stove performed together years ago. Yeah. Coming up with shows I put together. The chemistry, just performing, that's what we did. So in that lane, though, to perform in front of a cult fan, Stove God has a cult fan base.
That's a fact.
This ain't no, you performing because you got a hot single. Like, this nigga got a fan base where they are in the crowd singing this nigga's shit word for word.
That's a fact.
So for you to go right before him, not to mention like the promoter already had a slew of opening acts. Yeah. When Stove set start, the up 3 set start, that mean that our DJ come out. He loads our shit up. So they about ready. Okay, Stove about to come on.
Tight.
They already got like this much patience left. So they like, yo, god damn, like we got another nigga. So it's like me, my first opportunity to perform was in Virginia Beach. Stove had a couple artists he had come out before him. I mean, that came out with him. Yeah. And it was like, Stove, like, yo, I want you to go out before me. Me coming into the picture as niggas that been running around with him, I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't fair. Like, he looking at nigga like, they don't got a choice. But I'm more like, nah, like, I'd rather let them niggas go before you. I go, like, so I think I went, the first show was like, some cat, another cat, me, then a guy named Easy, and then Stove. Okay. So when I went out, mind you, when I first got there, they introduced me to everybody, and niggas was just like, yo, what up, regular nigga? Woo. When I went on the stage, like, I always go out kicking a cappella first so they can hear my words. Yeah. I'm spitting bars. Then I'm, yo, drop that shit. The beat drop. Now it's like I'm giving them the show. So I always had my own formula of performing. So it was like, for niggas that don't know how to perform, think you just get out there and rap because you a Stove. Nah. I know how bro about to give it up.
Yeah, you make a show.
So it's just like, he brought me out here. He know what I'm about to come do.
Type shit.
So after I got off stage, niggas was like, yo, who that nigga?
Yeah.
From niggas that was with management, niggas that Stove had around, Stove in bags over there. I told y'all niggas. Because that's how they is. Like, y'all think because y'all rolling around with, bro, y'all some prima donnas. Like, nah, nigga, this shit can all be over tomorrow. Like, nigga, we bringing in day one niggas that really do this shit.
Yeah.
So me coming out, doing what I do, put niggas on like, yo, yeah, this nigga not playing. Like, he can perform. So just, I love performing. Like, I feel like I get a tunnel vision when I can't say I really had times where I just be like, yo, I'm nervous. Like, nah, it don't be nervous. It be like, maybe I'm just not feeling it. I'm tired or something. But other than that, nah, when it's time to perform, it's lit.
It's up. That's love. Yeah, nah, because I've seen you step on stage. There's not you don't look like you're uncomfortable up there, is what I'm trying to say.
Hell nah.
You look like it's home. Like, it's all right, it's time. Man, let me shake it up real fast.
For people that know me, just know me like coming up in the town, they'll tell you like, man, this shit way overdue.
I love that.
This shit way overdue. And that's a humble statement because I'm a very humble guy, but this shit is way overdue because we've been dope for so long. Stove was the right, honestly, I could sit in back and say this. Stove was the right nigga to break the ice.
That's fine.
Because his level of artistry, he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
He's dope. I just feel like he was the guy that was supposed to set the tone for the city.
That's fine. Me
being a nigga that was still in the city, I was building it brick by brick by showing, like, you know what I mean? I had to relate, like the patience, the relationships with people. I had the shit bags and stoves. Like, man, fuck, I ain't trying. We don't need to do all that.
Yeah.
I felt like it was more like to build our culture. We had no culture in Syracuse. We did, but it's just like all over the place. Me being a nigga that had the relationships, putting everything together, working with, making sure it's to me it's bigger, and I believe in the city. So it was like everything happened how it was supposed to happen.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? Stove set the tone. He broke the code. We say crack the matrix. He cracked the matrix, and he like the LeBron of this shit, man. Yeah. Then he bringing in that other side, which is me. Yeah. It's like, yo, me and Ox together with this shit, we take this shit over.
That's a fact.
Then bringing in now, like, we gonna get into, I'm just going off. So I'm gonna let you ask the questions.
That's fire though. I love that. It's basically you guys put the footwork in and you're getting the recognition that you guys deserve.
Nah, that's a fact.
That's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole team, tough. To add on to that, you know a few of my fellas. You know a few of my dogs, my day one.
Small world.
How did you get tapped in with Joe Marte?
Man, me and Marte, I met Joe at my dog Don Baptiste's crib, videographer, also a friend. Yeah. He's a dope person, man. I came in his crib, and one day Joe was on the couch just chilling, nonchalant. You know, Joe cooler than a fan. He's
Joe,
chilling.
The coolest man in the room.
Coolest nigga in the world. So I come in, he introduced me to Joe, and that's the first time I met Joe. This was in Syracuse. It had to be like 2015, 2016. Around that time, had to be. Yeah. So I met Joe. We always had a lot of mutual friends too. And I'm not gonna, the shit I said off camera, I ain't gonna say on camera, respectfully, but me and Joe just had a lot of mutual situations. So I met Joe, I ran into Joe again, let's fast forward in 2019, it had to be 2020, 2021. Yeah. Joe moved out to Orlando too.
Type.
I mean, eating one day, I see the homie. The homie, one of our mutual friends already said he was gonna be ours, so I runs into him. Like, type of nigga, I'm a real nigga. I'm like, yo, what up, bro? Yeah. Dapped him up, woo. So right there, we broke the ice. Yo, I'm out here, yo, tapping with me, I tapping with you. Like, yo, we out here together technically, bro. We not from out here, we gotta look out for each other. So that's when we really kind of like build our started building our relationship. That's fine. So last year, on the end of last year, when I started running around with Stove, me and Joe already had a relationship. I know Joe, doing what he doing. Stove and him being my brother, they pretty much gave me the green light to, yo, let's turn this love and loyalty shit into some up three shit. Mm-hmm. Love and loyalty was your play, up three is my play. But I can't run this shit without you. So it's like, they trust me. So I'm like, my mind already putting shit together. Cause I'm like, yo, I fuck with Joe.
Yeah.
I like Joe style. He's a dope artist. I'm a secure nigga. Like me giving this nigga his flowers ain't taking away nothing I'm
Not
doing.
at all.
It just make me a real nigga. So it's like, I'm like, for what we doing for this up 3 shit, I'm like, dope. It'd be dope to add Joe in. Joe's from Utica. That's 315.
Yeah.
So me and Joe got clicked up. I invited him to the Art Basel show that Stove had. And I'm like, yo, we gonna be in Miami this week, bro. If you're not doing nothing, pop out. Joe being the nigga he is, and I know he is, he just like me, he pulls up with a merch pack. Dope ass merch pack. Mellow shirts with the 7 degrees on it for Stove and bags. And it's like, now my nigga seeing like, yo, okay, I fuck with that nigga. I see why you fuck with you. So from that day, he introduced me to Mike and Twist, and we just was all vibing out. That show got canceled, so we ended up, we all still stayed in touch. I put Joe on the phone with Stove and Bags, and from there it's just been, we've been building, and it's like, matter of fact, we had a show in Brooklyn. Stove had a show in Brooklyn that day, and Mike was out there. Joe hit me like, yo, you mind if you can you get Mike in? No problem.
Tight.
Yo, Stove, we pull up in the truck, yo, he with us. Mike come in, and from there it's like Mike just a fan of Stove. He just like, ain't no way these niggas moving. Like, nigga, this how we is.
Tight.
This your man, this my man. If he at the show, we gonna get him in. He got to meet Stove, and shit, we moving around. We in Chicago at this time. It was fast forwarded. We in Chicago. Nah, I'm a wait. We did a LA run.
Yeah. Bags
and Stove, like, yo, then you say the homie Joe live out in the West Coast? No, because Joe moved to Diego.
Yeah.
We had this LA and Diego show, so I'm like, yeah. Joe did some real nigga shit. They did some real nigga shit. Yo, invite him to the show. Let him I want him to perform with us.
That's tough.
So Joe came out the LA show, rocked that shit. He brought the homie with K-Boy, Eastside K-Boy. Shout out to K-Boy.
Yeah.
He popping in. He's a real valid guy out there in LA. So he brought K-Boy out. And K-Boy performed. Shit, we was in the green room. Eazy-E's son popped out. Byron Davis.
That's tough.
Baron Davis. Baron Davis was there, all in our room. Because Stove had his own green room. He had the big green room. And then I don't know if you ever heard of Jay Worthy.
Not having
Jay Worthy, he big in the West Coast. He was there, and another nigga named NF. They all West Coast guys, but they opened up at the show too. The promoter added them on. But that shit was one of the dopest events. We in the big green room, Eazy-E's son, Eastside K-Boy, me, Joe, Bag, Stove, just a whole bunch of this shit just was a moment to soak up, because it was like, yo, bro, like, this shit is unreal.
Yeah.
But from there, it was just like, Joe just been Joe, be a real person. A lot, hearing Joe's story, him telling me his story, remind me a lot of my story. Like, putting niggas in position, niggas stabbing you in the back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Joe, one thing about Joe, which I'm always give him his respects anytime I can, is because Joe don't have to do half the things that he does.
Yeah,
he just showed love just to show.
And that
like
reminds
99% of the time, I'm like, Joe, why are you doing this? He's like, yo, because I rock with you. And I'm just like, all right, bro, like, that's love. So I can never talk bad on Joe.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Joe for real.
And just how you just explained them is just how I am. So it's just like meeting another nigga like me, and it's like, yo, hearing his story, and it kind of making guard up a bit, hearing him like, yeah, just like, I gotta be careful. And it's like, yo, don't stop being you, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you need to hear it from a nigga that's kind of just like you. Like, don't stop being the person you is, because who people is. Like, and I tell him that, I think he even said it, like, yo, when you was telling me like, yo, bro, you dope and you shouldn't do this, hearing it from you is just kind of like, yo, it's hard to accept that because niggas ain't like that. But it's like, yo, bro, you fit this shit, you deserve this shit, you've been putting in time, and so it's like, I bonded with Joe because Joe remind me of a person that I am.
Yeah.
And he official, and it's like, yo, bro, you ain't got to worry about none of that over here. You know what I'm saying? So me and my guys gonna be solid for you. You gonna see that, like, yo, damn, yo, these, and it's been that.
Yeah.
Joe got invited to, continue on the tour. He popped out in Chicago, him and Mike, and from there we all just been rocking. It's just been this Up 3 shit. Joe put a, you know, I'm not gonna put too much of it on camera, but Joe put a lot of situations in play for Up 3 and Stove that is gonna be big. You know what I mean? It's, you know, we had a meeting in New York at the New York run. Joe performed there too. We performed at the SOBs.
Yeah.
And brought niggas to Universal, and shit's been up since then. So like Joe, a type of nigga deserve his flowers. He, you know, when y'all see a nigga like Joe and he nice, don't take advantage of a nigga like that.
No.
Don't cross it. Don't burn a bridge. You're gonna need to cross.
Joe, one of them ones that used to tell me, Joe getting a lot of love. Shout out to you, buddy. Joe, one of them ones that used to tell me, bro, like you doing too much for these guys, man. Make your team smaller. Cause I used to have a big old team. Like my squad used to be, you know what I'm saying? But instead of making it a big team, I just started making it like business, because not everybody can come. So
Nip said it.
That's a fact.
Circle got smaller. Everybody can't go.
Exactly. So once I did that, I started seeing more bread and started seeing things go accordingly, because it's not on emotional friendship. It's just on the business side of things. So shout out to the bro for that. Shout out to Moschino too. He did the same thing for me. Now, next thing for you, Brody. Have you ever had a feeling or want to give up?
Shit. You asking me that? Somebody just asked me that shit yesterday. That's crazy. I feel like I got deja vu.
Yeah.
But absolutely.
Yeah.
It was days. And mostly, I ain't gonna lie, it was mostly I reached a dead end in my head when I moved to Florida, like probably around before COVID or during COVID. That's when I was like, I kind of like, for the music point, music situation, I kind of feel like, man, damn, like I don't feel motivated. Like, you know, I moved away from everybody, but a lot of that time is what I needed. I felt like giving up, because it's like, man, y'all put a lot of money in this shit. I'm dope. I know I'm dope. It ain't about like just who I am. Like niggas be around me know like, yo, nigga, like, yo, they feel like you ain't get what you deserve in this shit yet. Like I walked myself into a meeting with Atlantic in 2018 before I moved, and it was just like understanding the business completely now. It's just like, yo, this shit really a numbers game. Heavy. Like it be niggas that be super dope, but it's like if you ain't got that machine or you ain't got the connections to get your numbers up or whatever, like it's like, but once you learn it, I'm a nigga, once I learn some shit, like, nah, I ain't done with they ass shit.
Talk about it.
I ain't done with they ass shit. So it's like plenty of times, but it's just like it's like I got a person in my head like, nah, nigga, you almost there. Don't stop. You know. So and then, you know, just having my Brody Stove reach out like, yo, man, let's turn this shit up on these niggas, man. Right. Like that shit like woke me the fuck up. Like it's like, you know how you go to like, you about to get lazy and doze off.
Yeah.
And you get a Stove like, yo, let's turn this shit up. So 2020, into 2023, I think it was like, New Year's Eve, and get a text from Stove. He like, yo, Happy New Year. We about to kill these niggas this shit.
But one thing I do, I notice and I do respect is that you do like show off that you're a dad, and that's fire.
Yeah.
Some people hide that.
Yeah.
So the fact that you don't, you like show it off, like that's a beautiful thing. Because one day I want to be a pops, you know what I'm saying? So like the fact that I get to see it, and like you a stand-up dude, and so does Joe. Like Joe's getting a lot of love this episode. Shout out to you, my brother.
Shout out to my boy Mark. I told him, yo, you know what I did?
Yeah.
I told him, I said, yo, bro, we can make this shit. No, bro, you always sharing shit. This should be about you. I'm like, yo, bro, you're gonna be talked about in the half the damn interview. So you might as well just pull up.
I thought he was gonna be here. He's probably gonna step out later.
Yeah, we definitely gonna
make some vibes happen today.
Facts, but
for a fact.
Yeah, man, listen, my kids will keep me going, like, and it's like that's who I really do it for. So it's just like, yo, I mean, at the end of the day, why hide them? Yeah. You know, I see a lot of people don't put it on their page. That's cool. I get it. You want to hide the world away from your children. It's
I can
like,
get that too.
Nah, my kids gonna go through this come up with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
That's real as hell. What has been your favorite moment with creating music personally?
Being able to walk myself into Atlantic Records with no help. No help. Coming into that meeting, talking to real A&Rs. Might not getting, with me is more like, I got something out of that.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't what I wanted, I still, cause I'm a nigga that want to know all the knowledge.
It gave you a new battery.
Yeah, it gave me a new battery. It's like, yo, people think about getting signed or some shit like that, like it's just some fantasy. You go in there, you sign, you get a check, you about to be, it's not that.
That is literally not it.
It's different shit. So it's like walking into Atlantic Records and being able to display my music, talking to an A&R and finding out different ways, because I left there with 2 options. They had offered me like a publishing situation, or like it was like a songwriting thing. Actually, it was like, yo, you know, these songs is dope. You know, I know you could tell you take pride in your craft. You know, you can leave some songs here. I'll play them at an A&R board meeting we have, or, you know, because I definitely know we could use some of this. Or it was, if not, you know, I could give you a couple numbers to some, like a marketing guru. That's when my light went off in my head. Like, because these are the people, like, man, if you should stay independent but find ways to, like, you know, Tekashi it, or a lot of people don't understand, Tekashi was a smart businessman.
Hell yeah.
He knew the business. So it's like, if you take time and you do what you do and own your music, stay, you know, I promote that, man. Stay independent as long as possible. But if it's an opportunity for you to make a good life for yourself and your family, do what you do. Because you are J.K. Rowling. You make the music. So it's like,
you make the music.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I'm the nigga making it up, so I can sell you this. I go make some more shit. Like,
yeah, once you learn, basically what you said, once you learn the machine, you don't need the machine. So that's a fact. You just gotta learn the business.
Learn that business, man.
So I got some personality questions for you.
All right.
Question number 1. What is a red flag a girl can have that you just gonna run away from?
Ooh. We just shifted the whole shit. Because I've been wanting to get on a podcast and give my opinion.
Talk about it.
You know, some people say kids and this, that, and the third. I don't say that because I got kids.
Respectfully.
I would say a big red flag is a lot of guy friends. A lot of guy friends.
You're not lying, my brother.
That's one of them for sure.
Let's harp on that for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of guy friends, and I get it. Some women, I'm not saying all are liar, but I'm just going to say most. Not every single girl is the issue, right? Maybe you're the problem.
Absolutely.
And us men don't want to argue, so it's cool to be around. But it's not, I'm not going to lie to you. If you my lady and you run into another man when we get into an argument because that's your best friend, it's not going to work with me.
It's not going to work with me either.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing it.
I don't want to hear it.
Listen, I'm not hearing it.
And that guy might give you sound advice.
Is a dick to lie. I would tell you like that. Unless that man is full-fledged gay.
Yeah.
Because I had a relationship in the past. Her best friend was gay.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that, so I was cool with that.
Yeah.
But nah, like that platonic friendship or friendship.
There's some friendships that I get. Like I currently have someone that I'm learning and getting to know at the moment. She has a guy friend, and he keeps it respectful, where it's not like how people portray it to guy friend. It's like, you know what I'm saying, a person that she calls a friend. And that's cool. But when you do too much of like, yo, we going to all hang out and there's a whole bunch of fellas, mommy, I am not your papi.
and you know what? Because we men, man. We both went to college, man. We know how this shit go, man.
I used to be that friend.
You just
without
said
saying it, like
it's just like I used to be that. And it's like, I know how shit is. Like in my head, I feel like I'm a stone cold savage. So it's like, what makes you think that? And I know how women is. They real innocent minded, and it's like some smooth niggas out there. I would never think I'm the illest nigga in Nebraska. It can happen, but I'm not about to be dealing with somebody that's gonna put themselves in that position to. And
that's the biggest part.
Yeah.
Remove yourself from the position, because I won't be in that same position.
Yeah.
That's important.
You just gotta, would you be cool with me having a lot of lady friends?
And once you say that, the conversation's
It
finito.
changes.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. But that's definitely a red flag. I mean, for sure.
For sure. Question number 2. Would you rather a week of sunny days or warm nights?
Let me see. Damn, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Sunny days or warm nights?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with warm nights.
Love that.
Because, let me see, warm nights. I take pride in my sleep. I like comfortable sleep.
Respectful. Sleep is important.
Yeah, them layup hours too. So it's nice and warm. And it just sounds more peaceful. Yeah. Sunny days could be stressful.
That's a whole fact. Who's a person that you would love to work with?
In the industry?
Yeah.
I can't use none of my guys because, let me see. I'll be biased for saying Drake.
Nah, Drake. What? I would love to work with. I would love to interview Drake. That'd be tough.
I relate to a lot of his music, so it's just like I fuck with Drake.
Yeah.
Either Drake, Cole, 50.
50.
I've been a fan of 50 for years, even though he on the TV shit now. But
yeah, he is.
50 Cent, one of my inspirators. Or is that a word?
Inspirators, not inspirations.
Inspiration. He inspired me.
That's a fact.
Just from his story. But that's Drake, right. Cole, I would say Kendrick, but I'm Team Drake, man.
Me too.
Niggas gotta stick
Drake.
Together.
He never lost. It was just a good chess move.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it was a good chess move.
Moving forward. Question number 4. Is there a question in your life you're still trying to find the answer to?
Question in my life I'm trying to find the answers to.
Good questions on the love, huh?
Damn, I don't know if I should get personal or
talk about it.
Some music shit. See, okay, my dad never married. And he always used to tell me we not the marrying type. But I never really understood why. But as I get older and you just having relationships with women and it's just like a part of him in my head. Just like, damn, why?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it would be cool to marry.
Yeah.
Especially, someone that I got kids with, is a good woman. But it's like, I also see marriages fail after people get married. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't got that. It's like I'll be stuck. It's like I go day by day in my relationship. Yeah. It's a good woman.
So do you kind of real question, do you kind of pray on the downfall or expect the downfall?
You saying that is exactly what I'm saying. It's like I'm not saying it's gonna be a downfall, but it's like what makes my shit special than everybody else's. Yeah. And I feel like one thing I learned about a lot of women that I see, I even watch a lot of podcasts on this topic. It's like once a woman get that ring in marriage, they feel like an object complete. Yeah. There's no more pursuit of keeping a person happy no more. And I'm a person, I feel like I'm real stingy with my love. Yeah. So it's like, my shit pure as fuck. So if I give you that and you get married and we married, it's like you don't feel like you have to work and continue to honor and be my wife and fight we still dating. Yeah. So that's where it's just like.
That's a big part. I feel like a huge part of it, I do get to say I'm thankful I got to see my parents, stay in love, go through situations and fix and mend it, come back. You know what I'm saying? When situations got tough, they never departed. They
probably was the ones that believe when something was broke, they fixed it.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. I also think that also what's important is continuing dating after being together is important. Because once you stop dating each other, stop trying to impress each other.
That's when they get old.
That's when other things impress you.
That's a fact, bro.
That's when you look other places. Because once the person that you want the most stops shining and you're not working to fix it, like I said, my parents worked to fix it, and you start looking other places, that's when your eyes get open. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you right. And that shit's on both. And it ain't just a woman, it's a man too. It's our job to keep our, and I feel like, dating a woman that I date now, I've been with her for 6 years.
Yeah.
Mother of my twins. It's like she taught me a lot of shit about love languages and stuff like that I ain't really tap into until I got with her. And that shit, like, as I get older, it's like, yo, it's shit's important because it's like you gotta teach somebody how you want to be loved. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like a few of my love languages has changed. My shit used to be like, I like getting gifts and physical touch.
But that's typical nigga stuff.
Yeah, typical nigga shit. But
physical touch, number one.
As you get older, some of that shit changed.
Yeah, it changed for me too.
Words of affirmation and all that shit
number
coming
one.
into play. Yeah.
The words of affirmation is number one for me, for sure.
It's like, so I ain't gonna lie, like, I do challenge myself to try to love her. I make sure I'm consistent in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I make sure I do all that, like try to keep myself up, not let myself go because, I don't want to leave no room for error.
Yeah.
As being in a relationship with her.
That's a fact. And like you said, it's both sides gotta be 10 toes in it because
we slack too.
Heavy. And it's easy to slack.
Hell yeah.
And it's easy to blame. The blame game gets real easy.
It's crazy, bro.
But once you start working as a team and rather than opponents, then it's beautiful. Like it's a unison thing. But I feel like a lot of relationships nowadays, it's kind of like you did this, I did this, but I did this, and you never did this. Right. It's kind of like once you start moving like that, there's no growth. Yeah. There's no room for growth.
We making each other targets. We just back and forth shooting at each other instead of holding ourselves accountable, trying to fix stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, like, getting an apology from a woman is like a breath of fresh air. So it's like having somebody that'll do apologize to me sometimes. It's like, hold on. You fucking said you sorry?
You said you sorry.
Oh my God. Like,
I ain't gonna hold you. We talking real life stories right now. Because recently that happened to me and it wasn't something I had to pull for or like had to work for. I just got it. Like I was so confused because I was kind of like, wait, like you're just sorry because you're sorry, or like you're sorry because you just want this moment to be over? And she just straight up said, no, I'm sorry because like
we so used to like, are you just trying to shut me up?
Yeah, like you just don't want to talk about it no more because I'm a logical person. I want it to be like corrected. And she said, no, I'm sorry because like you feel a way and I don't want to be the reason you feel that way. And I was like, you care, like you genuinely care. And I respect that. Yeah.
Damn, where you come from?
Where'd you come from, mama? And it's big. And one thing folks shouldn't do is look over effort. It might not be exactly how you want it, but if the effort's given, it's a step in the right direction. But a lot of folks don't want to give it. It's like you didn't do it exactly how I wanted it, and you're not gonna grow that way.
Like it's like they did it though. It's like, damn.
We just got into a real topic though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yo, bro, I actually enjoy talking about this right now. It's weird. But it's like, yo, like I even be telling my like friends and shit, like they'll hit me for advice, like, cause yo, bro, I went through some tough shit 2018, like, and I think that kind of paused my music and stuff too, because it was like I didn't know how to approach it with the music. It was really personal. Yeah, like from my last relationship to moving forward, it was just like shit was crazy. But it's like when you accept what you did, own that shit. Oh yeah. And move forward. Oh yeah. We all ain't perfect, man. Niggas make mistakes, but when you run away, and that's one thing I think I differ from my pops. And that's when I finally realized it. Like, my pops was a person where he got that old school mentality. Yeah. You can't do what I can do. Or pops are old school player. So it's like, it's a lot of hurt behind that. A lot of his is from the hurt that he went through. Yeah. Instead of being like, you know what? And I'm not saying like I cheat, then you cheat. No, I expect a woman to be a queen, for sure. If I make a mistake or whatever, hold that shit down, and if we gonna make this work, we make it work. If not, move forward. Do what you gotta do. But don't go tit for tat. That's a red flag for me too.
Work. That's nasty.
I forgot to tell I don't like a spiteful tit for tat woman. No. Like, that shit.
That's the nastiest thing in the world.
I don't like that.
And not even just cheating, and just in general.
In general,
there's no point for that.
like, and shit be just like, I could do something, and it ain't even out of me trying to hurt you, and you just, oh, don't move like that with me. Once you start moving like that with me, then, see, I'm a Gemini, that's when you activate that crazy side. That's when I'm on that, all right.
Say that.
All right. But yeah, like, make it, my pops, like, I feel like I differ from him with that, like, accountability, owning up to my shit, because, yo, I feel like two people could be happy and be together for the rest of their life. You gonna go through shit. You gonna go through shit.
Yeah.
But
I got faith for what it's worth. I got faith that you gonna experience that as well, and I got faith that I'm going to as well. You know what I'm saying,
bro?
Like, I feel like if you speak it enough into your life enough, that it'll happen, because as I grew older and as I became more of an adult, I realized not many people got to see the life that I got to witness. So I understand why some relationships fail, is because they never seen it work.
Right.
So if you never seen it work, you're trying to create the history, because there isn't no past history of relationships working, which I understand that. So that's hard. That's very tough. So to create that, you got to break that
cycle.
That cycle.
You just hit it on the head, because it's like, yo, I came from a broken home. So it's like, you know, my parents didn't marry. I hear my mom tell me stories about, yo, if your dad would have just married me, I'd have put up with whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? But it was just like, you know, accountability. Pops wasn't holding himself accountable for certain stuff. So, and moms did some, you know, moms moved a certain way back then, to where, you know, I understood their story, but I took the shit, and I used to, as growing up dating, I used to hold on to that shit, and hold people like basically using that against people I'm dating, and that wasn't fair.
It wasn't, you know what I'm
saying? Like,
that's real that you can admit that.
I gotta write my own story and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can break the cycle. Yeah. It's just, bro, you gotta want to break that motherfucker.
That's
like,
a fact.
Pops ain't gonna control me now. Like, back then I was like, yo, Pops said, I be saying shit like that to people too. Like, I be telling people like, yo, I tell them like, yo, like, my pop's name is Tom Leonard. So I be like, I say some shit like, Tom Leonard would have did that, nigga don't play that. Like, but I just be joking. Like, but nah, like, Pop's different. That nigga stuck in his ways. He gonna be a player till he roll in that grave, he said. But that's just,
you got a different journey.
Yeah, I'm in reality. Yeah. Like, in order for my life to be happy how I wanted to go, I want my life to go in this way. So, you know, I'm gonna be a man about some shit. If shit don't work out, we just not meant for each other. You know what I mean? Other than being toxic and stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
No doubt, bro. I enjoyed it, man.
I got question number 5 for you, though.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Did you have fun on the loft?
For sure.
Yeah.
The loft is definitely the loft. This shit is dope. I told you when I came here, bro, this shit set up. It's set up nice, man. We had a good conversation, man. Got to chop it up, man. Hopefully next time I come in here, I can bring the whole up 3. Yeah. And we could do it big, man. Maybe we could do like a poolside one.
I'm with that. It's right over there. We can make it shake. That's a fact. I'm happy that you came on the show, man. It feels like one of them episodes that I feel like I've known you.
Right. Like, we ain't just properly meet yet.
Yeah,
right?
It's like, did I meet this dude before? But like, I'm genuinely happy that we made this shake, and the bond, the relationship that we're gonna have now, growing now. I feel like we're gonna shake the room. We're gonna shake Orlando in general.
We're gonna shake Orlando upside down, man, for sure.
Any last words you want to leave the people with?
Hey, man, I just want to shout out the whole up 3, man. Shout out my bro Bag. Shout out my bro Stove, my bro Joe Marte. Grinding right now, man. Stay tuned. Shout out to my dog Rich, man, for having me up in here, man. It's your boy Oxburg. Follow me on the gram, man.
Where can they find you at?
At LNL_CEO. So that's at LNL_CEO.
What's the LNL from?
Love and Loyalty. Love and Loyalty is the label, man. But we up 3 now, man. We revamping. Yeah. But yeah, Love and Loyalty is my company, man. Love over money is our slogan. Yeah. We repping this upstate New York shit, man. 315.
You heard it. Another amazing episode. We got Ox in the show. I don't know.
The deluxe album is now out tonight. I forgot to mention that too. Got a joint on there with Stove God, Birds and Brickle.
Yeah. go tap in. Go tap in. The Loft. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you drink some water. Make sure you tap into a friend you haven't talked to in a long time. Hug the person that's next to you. Tell someone you haven't said I love you to in a while. Don't spend that money you don't need to spend money on, and stop being the person that's not you. Be your authentic self. It'll get you a lot further.
I fucks with that.
The Loft, season 5. It only gets better. We out.